You might ask something like this.
Is it still hot out there?
Or this.
Did you catch a game last night?
Or this.
Have you tried the lasagna? It's my favorite.
Welcome, dipshits, to Season 3 of Dollar Bin of Doom. Each episode, your hosts, Kevin and Sam, review a movie or video game they find for $1. And, yeah, that's basically it. And now, your least favorite friend's favorite YouTube channel, The Miserable Hair People.
I ate like a fucking entire pizza last night.
Ooh, I bet you feel great.
It's like giving yourself a hangover. I don't know why I do it to myself. Even while eating it, I'm like, this is going to be bad. I can feel my blood pressure just skyrocketing.
And it takes you like almost no convincing to do it. You're just like, I wanna, and then you're in the middle of like,
just vacuuming it up.
Yeah. Intro, baby.
Okay.
All right, or don't.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Dollar Bin of Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Ziemak's here.
Yeah.
When did season 3 start?
Like a week ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
Got in early.
Yeah, for sure.
We hit 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Oh,
and we thought,
the plaque. Thanks, YouTube. We appreciate it.
You guys got on that. It actually shines like
it looks
gloriously in the light.
It's so nice. Looks like dog shit in person, but on camera, it's pretty good.
Their quality's really gone downhill.
Yeah. Feels like some asshole just spray painted it in his yard yesterday.
What did we watch, man?
We watched The Cutter.
Speaking of having things in your asshole that you don't want.
Speaking of cutting big turds.
The Cutter. Which to me is always just a wrestling move. So like there was none of that in this movie.
Yeah.
Zero. There was some chokeholds.
I will give it props. Like The Cutter is such a Walmart dollar bin DVD name.
Yeah, it really is.
For just like a generic action movie, but it actually makes more sense than that. It's actually about someone who cuts diamonds.
Yeah, that's a good point. So I've edited, a lot of the videos, and like every episode I kind of know the movie.
Yeah.
I feel like in 3 weeks I'm going to be like, oh yeah, we did watch that, didn't we? Shit. Yep.
It didn't really tell you a lot. So
it told us the same shit over and over. And by like the third time you're like, Nazi diamonds. You're like, I get it. Come on.
Right.
More Malibu, please.
Malibu is in it.
Malibu
Best character.
Daniel Bernhard.
Yep. Who's always good.
Yeah. Always quality.
And by good, I mean adequate.
Fucking awful. Yeah. Chuck Norris. Classic. Returning favorite.
Yeah.
Real split from the fans. Whether this is the best.
You were looking at some of the reviews.
Yeah, people weren't impressed. I feel like it was mostly negative.
Mostly negative. A couple 8-star reviews.
Okay, there are a few. All right, a few holdouts.
Yeah, there was one that said it was their favorite Chuck Norris movie, and it was still 8 stars. So
do you think
them to be realistic?
Yeah.
How does this movie start?
Like most action movies, this starts with a man parasailing on a tricycle.
Right. Oh my god, it felt like a different decade ago.
Really not an action movie transport.
No.
Right?
And he had no action in it. He immediately got out of it.
Yeah. And he shot some like college kids like playing around in the dirt.
Yeah.
Who had just found a mummy.
Yeah.
First time archaeologists digging the incorrect way for quite a while.
Yep.
Until they discovered, we're standing on the tomb.
Right.
Fucking whoops.
Yeah, it did seem like they were sort of hobbyists.
Yeah.
Not quite.
Bad at their job.
Right.
Baby's first mummy find.
Yeah. This wasn't like the University of Stanford team. These were some freelancers.
Yeah, San Diego State or something like that.
Right,
Yeah, this is a community college.
For sure.
Who got a grant.
Pissed most of it away.
And then, discovered, a mummy who turned out to be a Nazi. No, he wasn't the Nazi. The Nazis just wanted the mummy's
gold
and jewels.
The mummy's Jew gold.
Wow.
Hey,
but
dude,
no, you're right.
I wish
you're right.
You're
right,
that
though.
weren't the case. It was a Jewish mummy.
It was a Jewish
Didn't
mummy.
realize Jews did that, but okay.
Sounds like a racist who he doesn't like the terminology, but he agrees.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it on CNN, but I
Yeah,
agree.
exactly.
Other than Chuck Norris's acting, this was the most disappointing thing to me in the movie, which is there was no supernatural element.
Yeah, you were really calling for that one.
When you bring a mummy and that you fucking enter with that,
Yeah.
I expect some supernatural element.
Yeah.
Like a curse or something.
Yeah,
But
you were
no.
Babe Ruth, like calling your shot with it. You're like, there's gonna be some spooky
You
bullshit.
did. And then it eventually got that, like, Babe Ruth struck out 3 times.
Yeah,
and you're
yeah,
still up
right,
at the
yeah.
plate pointing out your
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah, threw the bat,
Yeah.
hit the pitcher in the shin. Like, do you think Pablo? No, it's not Pablo Sanchez. Who's the
Pablo Sanchez.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. The crippled kid.
Oh.
Sorry, crippled's ableist.
Kenny?
Was it
Was it,
Kenny?
it might have been Kenny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
do you
bringing it
think-
back. By the
They
way,
are.
In backyard baseball.
Yeah.
Wow,
I'm so excited.
it's gonna be so bad.
It's gonna be really bad,
Yeah.
but it's still.
There's
cool.
no way they're gonna capture the original like magic.
No.
That was like a legitimately good game.
It was super fun.
Yeah.
I had the 2001 version, which had like Diamondbacks and stuff on it. Wow, chef's kiss.
Yeah.
That might be the game series I put the most hours into. Tony Hawk Backyard Sports,
Really?
which says everything about me as a person.
It does.
When I
yeah.
die, crack open my mummy tomb and just copy a Tony Hawk Underground,
Yeah.
Backyard Baseball 2001.
Right. Yeah.
That's all you
Okay.
need.
Fuck yeah.
Just nostalgia reminiscing.
You did bring
Yeah.
up the wheelchair-bound baseball kid and then
That's
not
true, that's
have
true.
a antidote.
Oh,
for-
thank you
Yeah.
for helping me find that again. My brain was literally like a dial tone just then. I was like, "There's something there I should have held on to." But your Babe Ruth having someone run for him thing, like
Yeah.
if Babe Ruth can do that, like why can't
No,
we have
you're
a
right.
like why can't there just be a ringer like batter who's
Yeah.
in a wheelchair?
He'd have a small strike zone.
That's what I'm saying.
small.
Yeah,
It'd be so hard to pitch against this kid.
he gets on base. Fucking Billy Bean over here drooling over. But if you had to play someone, he can't just bat.
Okay,
Where are you playing him? Catcher?
catcher'd be great. Yeah.
Catcher'd be
I
good,
think-
but if there's a pass ball, he's like, God, he's got to like roll.
Yeah.
That would suck.
I think third base.
Third?
Yeah.
hot
They don't
corner?
move much.
They got to move fast, though.
Yeah,
if
they
they
do.
do have to move, they have
Yeah.
to move fast.
I don't know. People put like third base is where players go to die. I feel like.
Or
Like,
right
where
field.
else? Right
Yeah.
field.
I was thinking first, but you want someone who's like kind of tall and can stretch.
You need
for-
someone who can stretch.
Exactly.
Yeah. No. Plus, they get so much action too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Be a lot of upper body strength. Maybe they could pitch.
If they could pitch, I think that'd be a great position.
I think so
They'd
too.
have to be. They'd have to have strong upper body.
And the only
Or
time they'd,
knuckleballs.
Sure.
the only
just get
time they'd
that.
have to move would be to like take over first or like take over a base. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
The
That's a
only,
good
like-
point.
Cover.
But that's not very frequent.
No, definitely not.
Especially if they have an arm like that. That
Yeah.
would be worth, dude. They put fat people on the fucking mound all the time.
That's true. One of my favorite pitchers ever was Mike Fetters, who was just a big fat guy.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah,
fat
yeah.
man who pitched.
They do put fat guys at third base too. I've seen a lot of fat dudes at third base.
I think catcher
Sure.
would make the most sense.
I think
But
so,
again,
too.
it's very. You got a lot of action when there's action.
When
Yeah.
there's action. Yeah.
You need a quick guy. Or
I don't think someone in a wheelchair can't move.
no.
I just think they can't
Live in society.
do a short.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be a functioning member of
yeah, yeah.
society.
Contribute.
deserve
Yeah.
to be around.
No, I just don't think they can like shortstop or field because
No.
that's a
No.
lot of movement. But
That's-
like a catcher catching a pop fly, I totally think
You get under it.
he could get under. it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Of the fields, right.
Oh well, yeah. If you had to put him in the
You
outfield,
had
but
to.
I wouldn't put him in the outfield.
Yeah. These fucking liberals make you put him in the outfield,
Yeah.
you know?
He could be fast too, but not like
Especially in the grass.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's going to be tough.
right.
Yeah.
And
Unless
that pop fly, he might be able to get under it, but like
Unless he's in one of those Stephen Hawking's, like,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a pop fly to center.
yeah.
You'd have to have like a wheelchair with NOS or something. Really get them going.
Yeah. Or like a sexy nurse wheeling him around.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's another sport that somebody without legs could play with able-bodied people?
Good question.
Because baseball's perfect. I think if there was
Yeah.
like a mixed able-body, like special. No, I'm using all the wrong words.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Crippled and special is
Yeah, yeah.
not what I'm going for.
Golf.
Golf's tough
Yeah.
though. The way you
Yeah.
have to swing, like,
Yeah.
can you? I'm sure you could do a little.
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
You could
I'm
figure-
sure.
Your putting game would just have to be on lock.
Yeah. It's true.
And then, like, because like when I played golf in high school, the
Yeah.
biggest place where people like just racked up was putting.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
nobody in high school wants to practice their putting because it doesn't sound fun, and it's not.
It's not.
But like if you could get your putting game on, like you could fucking hit par.
Yeah. I was gonna say boxing. If it's
I
too,
can see it. If it's too no, but I'm saying
Oh, no.
sports
Yeah,
that
you're
you
right,
can
you're
play
right,
with
you're right, you're
like
right.
able-bodied people.
I mean, there's all the shitty British ones like darts.
Yeah.
That's
Darts would be good.
That's not a sport though. That's non-drunk people doing drunk people things. You
Yeah.
know? That's what darts is.
Arm wrestling,
Yeah,
Sure.
that's true. Power slap.
power slap.
That would feel so badly. Like get
God.
hit, and you're like, oh fuck. Now I gotta slap this kid in a wheelchair. Damn it.
Icelandic ear pulling.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. In football, quarterback.
Kicker. That's a joke.
That's-
That's a joke,
that's-
guys. Thanks for coming.
Boo. Boo.
Thanks for, anyway, shit. Should we talk about the movie?
If you want.
Brickface
Yeah, Bernhard.
shoots some people, and there's a lady there that I guess was in on it. That's sort
Yeah,
of the
clearly
implication.
she was like his in,
Yeah.
right?
And he smooches on her and stabs her.
Immediately.
Yeah.
So we know this dude has no allegiance.
No, he's a real bad bro.
He's Dracula flow, right?
I have no morals or belief system. I have no spirituality or anything that gives my life meaning or structure.
Have you
War
seen
is-
Dracula Flow? I've not.
You got
There.
it.
No, change your life.
Grin. My bitch looked like Timothy Chalamet. Shorty ass so fat I thought I was balls deep in Kyle Lowry. This blunt looks like Ray J's dick. There's too much pussy out there to kill yourself. That pussy tighter than the bulletproof counter window. It's
good, I like it.
Is it Mozart or Beethoven who like has a new song coming out? Like they found an old piece, but it's just funny to be like, that new Mozart shit's
Yeah,
dropping this week.
Dropping a new track.
yeah.
Speaking of Nazis, Wagner was a Nazi, and his music's pretty good.
Kurt Wagner, the
Kurt Bonner, yeah.
MTV VJ.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
I thought you meant Kurt Bonner, the author.
oh, then maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Slaughterhouse.
Your guys' pulls were almost as weird as mine.
yeah. This is a dumb show. This is
Yeah.
a dumb show for dumb
Yeah.
people.
I like when we get sidetracked though, because some of it's pretty usable.
Yeah.
Also, you're handsome.
Yeah, dude.
I still think those glasses are killer. You've managed to stay on the line of sex appeal and intellectualism.
Oh, wow.
Fuck, man. Yeah, lady dies.
Mummy's got computer parts,
Yep.
and then
He gets the Jewish gold and gives it to
And-
some old guy.
Yeah, he gives it to the old Nazi general.
Yeah.
But he takes the diamonds.
They want to cut stones.
Yeah.
So that is a great question. Are gems more valuable after they've been cut?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Then the, yeah.
You'd figure you'd want more of the gem, so maybe you can then get it cut somewhere, and then you get exactly what you want. Like the rare diamond is more valuable.
So the raw diamond? You
Yeah,
mean?
the raw diamond.
I think-
Maybe to some people.
I think it would be more like the claim would be the pack. Like where you're getting the jewels from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where you're exploiting the
I get that.
not white people.
Yeah. Where
Yeah, that's true.
you're like,
I guess, yeah, that's a good point. You don't look at like a bunch of steel and you're just like, oh,
Yeah, I think the value is more
Yeah.
in the completed
okay.
thing.
All right,
yeah.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
I talked through it. I'm glad we're
Yeah,
here.
yeah, you kind of got yourself there.
I did.
actually.
I
I'm
talked
kinda
myself
proud of
into
you.
it. Yeah. You have any
Tattoos?
tattoos?
I have 0 tattoos.
All right.
Yeah.
You're getting into heaven. Good job.
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah,
keep them.
You're educated,
Yep.
according
Yeah.
to my parents.
Smart, holy man.
You don't have any. I don't have any.
I was thinking about getting one.
We're pristine boys.
What are you gonna get?
I don't know. My rule for a tattoo has been I need to actively want it every day for a year.
Okay.
Because there's been a lot of like, fuck, that would be an awesome tattoo.
Sure.
And then you go 2 days and you're like, thank Christ I didn't get that as a tattoo.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. I don't think I've ever wanted one.
Yeah.
My wife, she has 2.
My wife.
She doesn't think about them at all, ever.
Yeah?
She
Really?
she has a leaf on her hip, and
Mhm.
she has a Zia. You guys know Zia? It's a New Mexico. It's on the New Mexico flag.
Oh,
it's like
that thing?
She has that. She got that when she was young, but it's like from Native American culture, so she just like
Oh.
she has like
She appropriated that shit.
appropriated
Yeah, yeah,
tattoo,
cool.
Wow.
and that's half her tattoos. It's just appropriations.
Wow. Yeah, she's batting 500. Huh?
Yeah. Her dad has one too, but he got it from some guy who didn't know how to tattoo. And
Ah,
they
that's
have
always
like each little part has 4 arms going off of it.
Okay.
But his only has 3 on each.
You can only pay for 3.
Yeah. And he found out that that's a tribe in South Dakota that he's never seen.
Are tattoos
Oh,
the
that's
thing that
amazing.
is most likely to be unintentionally racist?
I would
Like, you get it with the best of intentions, but it is the most racist thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could turn like that.
That and sports mascots, I think.
Yeah.
You know how many sports teams have had to change their names and logos like in the past
Yeah, but is
decade?
that unintentional racism?
I mean,
Why are they always Native American things?
I don't, great question.
Well, so I found out that the Cleveland Indians were called that because they drafted an indigenous person, and then the next year they drafted another one, and someone was like, "Oh, you should just change your name to the Cleveland Indians." And the guy was like, "Okay,"
Jeez.
and they did it, and then
Wow.
it was kind of like, "Oh, we are
Like-
accepting these people,"
Yeah.
sort of,
Okay.
but also,
That's better intentions than some of the other
Yeah, I was about to
stuff.
say that's
Yeah.
yeah,
that's about as good as it gets from back
Yeah.
then.
yeah, for sure,
Right?
It totally.
You know
is.
what's super racist? The Negro Leagues.
Sure.
The New York Black Yankees.
Yeah.
That's racist as fuck.
Them
Let
being
me
black is not a
Let me play in
problem.
the Negro Leagues. Come on.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. You're mad that they're keeping you out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, you saw Jackie Robinson take the field, and you're like, "Oh, yeah, but I
Yeah.
can't
But
play
I
over
can't.
there."
Oh, great, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so Bob Gibson can play, but
Yeah. I like the idea of you wanting that just because you really want to win, but yet all the dudes in the Negro leagues. Man, I feel bad saying.
I know. You really got to think about it.
Yeah,
You got to.
you like train yourself not to say that word. Like unlearn Xbox Live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't an announcer get in
yeah.
trouble?
The A's
He-
announcer last year got in trouble.
For saying the N word.
Yeah, 'cause
What was
He-
the context? Though?
He said it instead of Negro Leagues. He said that league. But he didn't say it
Oh.
maliciously. It was just a slip of the
he
tongue.
was
They both are bad.
It's just
Yeah.
like people were like, if you're that comfortable saying it on national TV, you probably say it all the
I don't know
time.
about
But
That's a leap. That's
it is a
really-
leap. It's a
Very
leap.
much
He
a
got
leap.
he got fired, but then he got hired by another team.
That's good.
so-
Right.
For him.
When you're gearing up to say the N word, you're probably not like thinking super hard about which version.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
just like, I gotta say
Yeah,
it.
it's like because he seemed genuine. Like they went to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
They went to go see, and he was like really excited. He was excited about telling his story and how he thought it was super cool, and just slipped up.
Yeah,
but it was
hard
on NBC, so you can't.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he
Whoops.
was studying and like all the footage and literature from back then. Just
Yeah.
hard everything.
Totally.
Yeah, no shit.
And it was just on his mind.
And I'm sure that's what it was. He's an older guy. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
That's what he heard most of the
Yeah,
time
there's this
anyway.
guy named Al Chotwig who got in trouble and got kicked off the gymnastics announcing like crew because he said instead of Simone Biles' adopted parents or adoptive parents, he said not real.
Oh my
Simone Biles. Maybe it was funny. You guys have got a dark sense of humor. But that was it at Al Chotwig. And he was fucking incredible too because like you know how I hate all movies and then it's kind of funny to have somebody who hates movies like review
them.
movies.
Yeah.
He's somebody who didn't know fuck all about gymnastics. And the other two announcers would be like, "Oh, she did X, Y, and Z. It was a little sloppy." And he'd be like, "That was superhero shit. I don't know how the fuck she did that." So it's just nice to have somebody there that was just like, wow, she flipped 30 times in the air, and if I did that, my fucking colon would fall out my
Yeah.
asshole.
Yeah.
And I've been there, man. I've been there where you're like, all right, there's a word for this. Can't remember it. Just going to go for the double word that says
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know Simone heard that shit and was like, he's fucking fired.
Yeah.
I am this industry.
Yeah, no
Get that
shit.
guy fucking out of here.
So this movie revolves around Nazi diamonds, huh?
Kind of.
No, it revolves around Jewish diamonds and how the Nazis during the Holocaust were making people cut gems.
Inside the camps.
Yeah.
I assume he was like an outlier. Like, oh, you have a skill we can utilize. I don't think they were like hitting little kids, being like, "Hey, we're gonna gas you tomorrow, but make sure those lines are straight."
Yeah. It's like that Schindler's List thing where the girl who can play violin like
exactly.
ends up playing violin for
Or the girl who like runs up and is like, "Oh, your foundation sucks." Like,
Sure.
I'm a engineer or whatever.
right.
Then they
So
shoot her anyway.
What we're saying is that
Cool
this
movie.
movie
was like
the
Schindler's
premise
List.
Sort of tracks.
Yeah,
It
Schindler's
sort of
List.
tracked.
Did you guys watch that in school?
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, the
yeah.
first time I saw it was like 30 minutes of it with a sub.
Yeah.
I did not watch
I
it.
feel like every school had like a list of movies, and Schindler's List was one of them.
Which
That was
is
fun
crazy.
to watch at 7:30 in the morning.
Right, yeah.
Real wake me up movie.
Yeah.
Right.
We watched Roots. Do you guys watch Roots?
Yeah? Some Roots?
I've seen it, but I didn't see it in school.
that's
Yeah,
starring-
my school is way too white for that. Yeah.
My school is pretty white too. But
Isn't OJ in Roots?
I think he might be.
The Juice?
Hall of Fame running back OJ Simpson?
And
I think he's
nothing else?
in Roots.
Who ran for 2,000 yards in a season?
Yeah, first one to do it, baby.
Yeah.
Shortened season, 14 games.
Yeah, 14 games.
Murdered 2 people. Crazy.
Murdered the fuck out of
Yeah.
2 people. Anyway, that's our compulsory O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
Can't wait to bring up 9/11. Oh, I did it,
Oh,
so
there
we're
you go.
done.
Oh, yeah, we never asked. Where were you on 9/11?
That's true. What were you doing on 9/11?
I remember waking up,
That.
seeing it happen,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
still going to school, and then
Yeah.
them canceling school.
Yeah.
Which was strange.
I still had to do math all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Teacher
That
was like,
sucks.
it sucks, but get to it, idiots.
Chop, chop.
My mom worked at home, and then she didn't hear that all the schools got canceled.
Yeah.
So I was there for a while,
Yeah.
Oh, no.
just sitting around with a couple other people.
Yeah. Just kind of looking out the window, waiting for the nuke to like.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like, what happened? I remember waking up. My mom was like, "You got to watch this. I have to go make a phone call." Gave me no context,
Oh,
and then
boy.
I'm just watching the news,
Yeah.
and then the second plane hit the second tower,
my
and my
God.
mom came in and she's like, "How was that?" I was like, "Another plane hit the
I
tower."
was like, Jesus Christ. Wow.
Yeah. So Nazi diamonds.
Nazi diamonds.
Nazi diamonds. Then it cuts to a montage of a woman answering a ransom note or a ransom call.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
With
That's
her
what it
daughter.
Yeah, that's how we
Right.
get introduced to Chuck,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
See, he's a PI
He's
or
a
like
PI.
a...
That's what the back says.
Okay. That was
He's
kind
a
of
PI that walks into a building, blows a guy away.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and then speaks Russian,
Yeah.
and then is like, "Oh shit, you speak Russian, dude?" And it's never brought up again.
Right.
Chuck Norris kills 3 men, and then the girl is like, I don't know, she got raped to death or something.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But that bums him out, man. He had to like punch a punching bag.
Yeah, he was real PO'd after that.
he
You
was
know,
real peeved.
he gets hired to track down the old man because our boy was putting on like a bunch of fake disguises to like try and find the cutter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Circle back. My favorite scene was when he went to this woman's funeral and he gave back the money that they gave him to find her, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
strange that he asked for it up front.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
true. That's a
pretty.
good point.
But then, then the master disguise comes out.
Yeah, Dana Carvey. Yeah,
Dana Carvey's there.
turtle.
And as a kid, I fucking love that movie.
I did too.
It was
yeah,
so fucking funny, bro.
it was. I don't think there's probably any scenes that are funny now.
No,
No,
no.
maybe the Turtle Club.
Maybe
Should we watch that? We should watch that.
We should
watch
watch
that
it.
for a thing. You want to come over and watch that movie?
I'd
with
watch
us?
that again.
I have it in that bookshelf right there. It's
Yeah.
my
Of course
you
original copy from when I was a kid.
I think I might have my original copy from when I was a kid too.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones you can't get rid of.
No, you can't. It's an heirloom.
It is so shit on now.
Yeah.
It is so cheap too.
Oh yeah.
The sets
I
are
can
so
imagine. The
fucking
first date I ever took Autumn on, I won a comedy contest, and the winnings were tickets to a comedy show, and it was David Spade and Rob Schneider.
cheap.
Oof.
David Spade was pretty funny. He did about 15, maybe 20.
Okay.
Fine, great. And then Rob Schneider did probably an hour and a half.
He was the
out
draw.
of 40. He bombed so hard
Yeah.
and
Makes me
was
so happy.
doing crazy, just the worst stuff. Like just trying to be edgy, open mic comedian.
You don't want to believe that someone like Rob Schneider's real.
Right.
Yeah.
He seems like a character that someone wrote into the movie to be an asshole,
Yeah. Mhm.
but he's just doing this.
That's
Yeah.
him. That's
Yeah.
him. Yeah, he's
I thought about us trying to do a podcast of like all the failed SNL movies
Oh yeah.
of like the people or the movies starring SNL people of like we're gonna make you a star, maybe. Rob has like 8 movies on that list.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Hot Chick, Deuce Bigelow.
The Animal.
Corky Romano. That's not Rob.
That
but
was,
you know what I mean? Like those kind of movies.
Yeah, I love Corky Romano.
I did as a kid too. I don't know why.
You guys want some cookies?
I just that part. Why are there those movies where just one line sticks
Yeah,
in your head?
that's all
Yeah,
you
I
need,
mean,
man.
what do you remember from Master of Disguise other than turtle?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
But,
what's
uh,
another line in that movie?
He does a parody.
Name one other line.
He does a parody of Jaws in that movie.
Yeah,
That's all I
uh-huh.
remember too.
Yeah, I think it's right after the turtles. I think
it's
he
the
runs
litter.
away from the turtle. And then
Yeah.
just-
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the fisherman.
Yeah,
The
I remember that.
fisherman.
That was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
That was a good impression.
We're talking ourselves into. It's actually not that bad of a movie if you think about it, guys.
No. Good impression. I didn't say funny.
Yeah.
Just a decent
If you
impression.
if you put 3 white guys in a room with microphones, they'll talk themselves into Master of Disguise being
Yeah.
a good movie.
Like they'll talk themselves into being Nazis.
That's
Yeah,
true.
We're
Yeah,
bringing
back
it
to
back.
it.
We're, all right.
It's like jazz, baby.
Yeah. We just can't go scene by scene. It's, the
No,
middle
we
of
can't.
the movie is just
What
a,
the- I
a
think that's
gray
pretty-
mass of bullshit. There's like 2 action scenes. Like it's just
It's
not an
really-
action movie. It's like a thriller
Yeah.
or a not literally a thriller.
Yeah.
It's boring as fuck. But you know what I mean? Like it's that genre.
Yeah, but they didn't do it well at all. It was mainly like, oh, this guy's looking here, while this guy's looking here.
Yep.
And
Right. But there was a lot of that and not a lot of like kicking and punching.
No,
No.
almost none.
There's a bus fight.
There's a bus fight,
bus
and then
fight.
the fight in the apartment that lasted 7 seconds.
Yeah, with
Yep.
Malibu. Yeah.
What's the problem? Hey, I'm sorry to bother you today, sir, but I think you might have a problem.
Hey.
I'm glad he's
Okay,
working.
follow me. Thank you.
It's
Am I
it's
the only
Malibu
one?
from American
Natural
Gladiator.
Are you
building
fucking
town,
kidding
working
me?
in a
That's
stinking basement for the last
hilarious.
2 hours.
Oh, they're so gonna fight.
And all the gunfights were just like Chuck, single shot, guys.
Yep.
Guy goes down. But the thing that confused me is that the whole movie kicks off with this giant like chest plate of Jewish gold
Yeah.
that has gems in it that represent the 12 Jewish tribes
Yeah.
or something like that.
Something.
Something.
That was the deep lore of that, right? But that doesn't matter in the movie because the German guy just gets that. The
Yeah.
old German dude, they're not. That's not the MacGuffin.
No.
The villains win that. That's a win.
Even at the end.
The
they
thing
still
that
had it.
confuses me is that in my mind, when it happened, was like, oh, it's not complete.
Yeah.
And the new gems that need to be cut, only a master can cut them. And once you put them in, a real life mummy's going to come to life
Yeah.
and try and kill Chuck Norris. That doesn't happen.
No.
And also, I think I'm wrong. I don't know why they're trying to cut 2 new gems and why they need to kidnap this dude to do it. Something about the Jewish guy invented a way to cut gems in Auschwitz that these gems needed to be cut that way because
Because reasons. Yeah.
And then where does he get the new gems? Why are they important? What are they for?
Chuck Norris, dude.
Yeah.
You ask a lot of questions for a little fat boy. You know what I mean?
Well, even his relationship with the woman who is mainly there.
Yeah.
It was she runs away, and then he meets up with her, and then they're
pals.
best friends.
Yeah.
They're
Best
best
friends.
friends.
Yeah, they talk like an old married couple or like a recently divorced couple.
Yeah.
Right?
And she's like my grandpa? He's been taken.
Uncle. Great uncle. Or
Great
something?
uncle.
Yeah.
I have. She had a.
She
bag
almost
of
got
diamonds.
tooked.
Yeah, she almost got
Yeah.
tooked.
Old guy got tooked. And he's just
Yeah.
reliving Auschwitz
Yeah.
rather distastefully
Extremely.
from our
distasteful.
perspective.
It really looked like he was in a room, and then to compare it to Auschwitz, they filmed the other side of the room,
Yeah.
and they put it in black and white.
Right.
Yep.
It was probably the same.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
So,
That's kind of the movie.
yeah.
Like, not in a, like, trying to get a laugh way, but, like,
No, that's
that's
was-
kind of
yeah.
it. It's just a lot of, like, we really got to get to that guy, guys. I mean,
Yeah.
like, we really got to get him.
got to do it.
And then you cut to, like, here's more lore about why we need the diamonds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it cuts back to Chuck being like, ooh, we really got to get to that guy.
Yeah.
But he also didn't really like the bus scene.
That was fun.
That was him just abandoning the car
Yeah.
that he was chasing
Yeah.
to go find this.
So he
other
could
guy.
measure dicks with the bad guy.
Yeah.
He was like, they were following them to the spot where the old dude was. They're like,
Right.
we got to figure out where
I
the
thought
old
that
dude
was the plan.
Right. But the minute that the main bad guy got out, Chuck was like, well, I have to whoop his ass.
I gotta find this.
I simply must.
Yeah. And he tells her to go home. And she's like, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do what we were supposed to do
Yeah.
and follow
Yeah.
this truck.
I'm gonna keep following this
Yeah.
Lincoln Continental down to the dock.
Right.
Yeah.
And she goes to make a call like, hey, Chuck, I'm here if you want to hurry the fuck up. And Malibu like destroys the window next to
That's
her
true.
and drags her out of the car.
Which happens more than you think.
Yeah.
That's a almost daily occurrence in Spokane.
That,
Right.
Yeah, that was the other thing. It all happened in Spokane, which
Right.
is not really a crime-ridden city. I don't
I
believe.
can't imagine. I mean, maybe nowadays with all the opioid and meth stuff,
Right.
but
I do want to point out the scene where the man who was in Auschwitz stabs the
His-
commanding
yes.
the officer of
Yeah.
his, which you could tell everybody was like, "This is gonna be it. This
Yeah.
is the payoff.
yeah,
This is the Oscar bait."
Yep.
it's very much like a libertarian fantasy.
Yeah.
Like in a more liberal movie, that's not a cool guy move.
No.
right?
No, it's
You know,
not.
he has to win in
Absolutely
a
not.
just way.
Yeah.
But no, he just stabs him
Just-
like he's in prison
Stabs his fuck. Yeah. This-
with like a shank.
Never again. Auf Nimmerwiedersehen, Salman. This is for my family.
Fuck yeah. When he walked into by himself, I was like, that lady could kill that man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a very old man. That woman could fucking destroy that dude.
Yeah,
And
single
then jokes
push.
on you.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
old man kills the old man.
Yeah.
And they had a good like minute and a half before the other bad guy walks in to
Oh,
kill
yeah.
that man.
Yeah.
You know, I think our main character, old guy, also felt like, I'm going to stab this dude in front of this other guy and die, but I don't give a fuck. I'm getting my revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he does, and the other bad guy's like, hey, thanks, I was going to do that later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And like gives him a smooch on the head as he's like laying him down on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck Norris shows up. There's a bomb for some reason. They do a fight. Chuck Norris actually walks in, tries to blow him away, doesn't check,
Yeah. No, it's fine.
and then the dude had like a bulletproof vest on. I thought he was going to have the ancient Jewish relic, and it's actually a force field, but yeah, that's just me.
That would have been a lot more interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't need
fine.
a setup and payoff. They could have just like at the end of the movie let that rip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Completely contextless, and I'd be like, this movie's it's worth $1.
It always sucks when you watch a movie and you're like, ugh, here's what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Like you're angry at the obvious thing, and then they even more lazy than that.
Yeah.
It's crazy when they're lazier.
But yeah, Chuck doesn't kill the dude. He gets back up. They fight, knocks him out, and
Yeah,
then he puts
the
a bomb
bomb.
on him. $10 million, and that was the only
$10
explosion.
million.
I do like
And gasoline is not expensive.
it's not. I do like his boss being like, "Did you have to explode the building?" Like
Yeah.
as he's sitting there.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Well, the boss said, "Do you have to explode that?" And then the movie ended.
That's true. It's true. It's a good point. Movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't too much to say about it. It has that modern thing of like, you got a couple bullet points, and then what do you connect it with? Scenes of people talking.
And it was a bookend movie.
Yeah, it
Some
really
action up
was.
front and some action at the end, and that was it.
Yep. And Malibu in the middle.
Yeah. 7 seconds of Malibu in the middle.
It's my favorite porn.
Malibu in the middle.
7 seconds of Malibu.
I bet that dude fucks.
I bet that dude lays it down.
Yeah. You
Leave
think
us
he
something.
had steroid penis, though?
Oh, little balls?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, right?
Malibu, if you're out there, send me a picture of your balls.
Yep.
I'll put it up right now.
Yep.
Thanks. Oh, man.
We did it.
We did it.
Kevin, what would you give it?
Oh, man. Great question. I'm not a fan of, like I just said, the modern movies where it's a lot of bookend and, like, everything's kind of desaturated and it's just shot in, like, a city. And, like, there's no sets. It's just people running around.
Yeah.
20 cents. Didn't really like it very much.
Yeah.
Matt?
Yeah, I had. We were gonna veto at 20 minutes. We paused.
Yeah,
And
we
I
were
really
kind of on
had
the
high
fence.
hopes because it had some interesting ideas. At first, I thought
Yeah.
Supernatural would have been.
You
great.
read the back of the box. I mean, you picked it for a reason.
I did. I picked it for a reason. I thought it was gonna be good. was not. It lacked almost everything.
Almost, dude.
It lacked a lot, and it included Chuck Norris, which is kind of the worst of both worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say this is probably about 15 cents worth of value.
Yeah, and he didn't do enough of what Chuck Norris should do, which is like lazily kick and punch people.
Yeah.
Very little of Chuck Norris being a bad martial artist in this.
I did kind of like the obvious stunt guy stuff. That was
Yeah.
fun to like. Oh, that's a stunt guy. That's a stunt guy. That's definitely a stunt guy.
Sure, yeah,
That's,
but it's
that's
so
always
little.
fun. But
Yeah.
It's so little of the movie.
it's so
too.
little.
Like,
You're right.
He didn't fight enough. It was.
I'm with you. It's 10 cents. Like, it's,
Yeah.
fuck it, 5 cents.
Okay.
This is the thing that we dread, which is boring.
Yep. You're totally right.
70. I don't know. 80% of the movie was just nothing.
Yeah. It did make Chuck Norris fuck off for about a decade, though. So
That's true.
Yeah.
He kind of quit for
Was
a while.
this the last movie he did for a long time?
yeah,
So-
this was 2005, and then his next movie on IMDb was 2012.
Expendables 2.
Yeah.
Right.
So it wasn't even just his
Couldn't
movie.
get him for the first one. I'll show up for the sequel, though. Will you pay me? I'm there.
Yep.
I'm an old guy.
Yeah, fuck it.
Remember me? I'm an old guy.
Yep.
Throw me in there.
Fuck it.
I want $6 million.
Steven Seagal turned down the first Expendables because he's like, I feel like you're kind of making fun of me. Or he's like, yeah, I don't want to be seen as like a legacy act kind of thing.
Yeah. Is it true that he cannot enter the country anymore?
Seagal?
Yeah.
Great question. He hasn't done a movie since 2019, so maybe.
I thought it wasn't. The last I heard, he was a cop in New Orleans.
That was quite a long time ago.
Mid 2000s. He
I
had a
mean,
whole show.
And I
Yeah.
think he got in with the Russian oligarchs,
Yeah.
and I don't think he's allowed in the United States anymore.
Would not surprise me.
I could imagine a picture of him and just like Kim Jong Un like popping up somewhere.
Yeah.
Like they're just real good type.
It might have been North Korea. I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
They're the only places that are crazy enough to actually like
Totally.
legitimate, like sincerely think he's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, I could see, either Putin too, him
Yeah.
and Putin just hanging
Yeah,
out.
fuck
Like
it.
they have similar
Oh,
vibes.
I can't remember where I heard it, and I don't
I
know
know what
whether
you're
it's
gonna say.
true. But somebody was talking about like seeing Steven Seagal at a diner. He walked in and ordered an entire birthday cake and cleaned it.
And it's
I
one
have
of
no idea whether it's true, but in my mind, that is a
It can't not be
true
true.
story.
it would wreck you if that was proven to not be true, right?
No, I just wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I'd pull a Trump and be like, nah, that doesn't sound right.
That's not true.
Yeah.
He's eating the cake. Like, you know.
They're eating the dogs.
He just like smashes his head against it and it's gone.
I like to think it starts at one corner.
I know. He lowers it into his mouth and pulls out a fish skeleton.
Oh yeah.
He wraps it in saran wrap and then like a Go-Gurt just like.
Oh, yeah. There
Yeah.
you go.
You guys had a Go-Gurt recently? They're pretty good. If you put them in the freezer, they're really good.
Is that real life?
Seriously.
Do you
They're
lick
good
it like a
looking.
popsicle?
Yeah, you kind of like slurp it all the way
Oh,
up.
God. Frozen dairy.
It's ice cream.
I mean, ice cream, yeah, ice cream, I guess. But like, I was just imagining like licking a glass of milk
Oh, no.
or like
No,
frozen
People used
cheese.
to freeze Pop-Tarts, or people tell you to freeze Pop-Tarts. now.
Pop-Tarts?
I
Yeah.
could see that being good
So
though.
like that's good.
Yeah.
I like putting butter on my Pop-Tart.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Do you guys have a strategy for eating Pop-Tarts?
I always eat the crust first.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was
okay,
just
yeah.
about to say that. I meticulously like choke down the crust first.
Yeah.
Because they're so dry.
Yeah.
And then like have an orgasm while finishing off
Yeah.
all the goods bits.
Yeah.
Do you ever take it and like squeeze off the top layer?
Never done
No.
that.
Dude.
No.
You owe it to yourself. What you do? All right, so you tear
Yeah,
off
everybody.
all the bits around, right?
Yeah.
And then you know how like once that's off, there's the top crunchy like
Yeah,
sugary
then the-
layer,
and then the goo.
then the goo, and then if
You
you
can
just
just
sort
slide
of
it
like
on.
take it like this and move your thumbs, you can slowly like
Oh.
shift
Slide it
them
off,
off of
yeah.
each other. Then you take the bottom because it's not as good, but it's still all right.
Yeah.
Fold that in half like a taco,
Oh,
eat
sure.
that, and then you take the top, fold that shit in half, eat that like a taco, and your pants go.
From your waist expanding or the cum?
From your cum.
You can leave the puppet off. I think we're done.
All right, we're done, baby. Bye, everybody.